Right, we begin here now ahead of the release of the next chapter of crime statistics in the country. Parents from the Newlands area of Johannesburg have gathered outside of Sophiatown police station. This follows the shooting of a 22-year-old man who unsuccessfully applied for a protection order just last week. Newsroom Africa's Karinda Jagmohan joins us now for an update from the police station. Tell us about this case, Karinda. What has just unfolded there?
Certainly, Audrey. Well, just last month, in fact 2 months ago rather, a young man, Llewellyn Peterson, was shot while in his home in the Newlands area. Now, at that time, one suspect was arrested while the other ultimately was on the run, fled the scene and is still on the run. 2 months later, that's just yesterday, Llewellyn's younger brother, 22-year-old Enziano Peterson, was shot near his home in the Newlands area. Just last week on Friday, he had applied for a protection order at the Westgate Court, but he was denied this. And ultimately, right now, his parents, other family members, community members have been protesting in an informal protest outside the Sophiatown police station, calling for some justice. They say that police are not doing the work to quell issues of gangsterism and drug trade in this area. And I'm joined by community activist Eugene Dooms from One Force SA to speak about this. Thanks for your time, sir. You know, we just saw now a man with blood all over his body try and get some assistance here, and you said that it's a daily occurrence whereby there's no assistance from the police.
Correct. He was an eyewitness yesterday. He saw, what took place. He's got knowledge of what took place. And just a few minutes ago, he was assaulted. And with all his injuries, instead of the police taking him to the hospital, they just left him by his own. So now he's risking his life again, because we wouldn't be surprised if he gets run down again and he gets killed, That's because of the ineptness of our police station, We don't have service from this police station. They're not looking after our people. They're not protecting our people the way they're supposed to, And the community had enough now. We've had enough. We're saying this police station, if they don't do their work, then it's better than they shut down. Let them rather shut down, because we're not getting the service, the protection that we need. How many more kids are we going to bury like this?
Eugene, when we look at the crime stats that will be released tomorrow, tell me about the crimes prevalent in this area around Westbury to Eldorado Park.
Nothing has changed. In fact, it's escalated. We're still burying our kids on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. Nothing has really changed. So it's gotten actually from bad to worse. And the sad thing about it is it's happening right across the police station. You understand? Most of our colored areas, Westbury, Newlands, Cape Town, we're going through the same thing. So, our colored people are being, we're being marginalized, and nobody seems to really care, what's happening to our people,
So this data tomorrow will tell police where to deploy resources, but you say that there's so much of red tape when it comes to what residents are demanding from police. Tell me about this.
Yeah, there's red tape. If you report a crime, it's like the police are protecting the perpetrators more than the victims. You understand? Like Enziano, he applied for a protection order. Nothing happened. Yesterday, he lost his life. You understand? So we on our own. We're on our own here, and something needs to be done. Something needs to be done. The political parties that we voted for needs to come to the party now. We need more deployment. They say they're deploying, but every time we report a crime, it's like a crime is happening 2 minutes from the police station, but they take an hour before they come out to see what really has been happening. And when the perpetrators are being caught, they're being released back into the system to commit more crimes. So we're on our own here.
So just lastly now, it's the Minister of Police, Senzo Kuno, that will release the stats tomorrow. He'll also talk about the work he's done since his time in office 5 months ago. If he were to be watching now, what would you like to say to him?
Minister, you need to look at the prosecutions that are supposed to, have these guys locked up, and not just being locked up and then being released. They need to investigate why are the prosecutors not doing their work the way they're supposed to. Why are these perpetrators being released every time they're being caught? we just it's just a sad state of affairs that's happening in our community. We're being let down. Minister needs to come to the community of Waterval, Westbury. He needs to address us and explain to us what is his plan of action, you know, because it's almost 150 days. Crime has been escalating in our communities. We haven't seen the minister come to and address the daily shooting that's happening here. But if it's happening in other locations, in other suburbs, you know, everyone is there to assist. But when it's happening in our communities, you know, it's like we have to climb over hoops just to get assistance, you know, and something needs to give.
Eugene, thanks for your time and for speaking out on behalf of the community. Audrey, this is because many of those that are here around us, even behind the camera, say they also fear speaking out because when they do, they also fall victim to the attacks that are happening, almost as if witnesses can't come forward, those who don't want to be on camera also just moving away. And that is the crisis here. Now, tomorrow, the crime stats refer to the charges or the case dockets opened at various police stations around the country. Though that data ultimately will come in various lists in terms of the top 30 police stations, in terms of recording the highest number of murders, the highest number of rapes, serious crimes. And all that data will come in the format from police. But the issue here is that in some cases, the charges are not opened. Criminal cases or dockets are not opened because those at the center of these crimes fear being targeted just by approaching the police station. On the other side of that, people don't have faith in police at all. In fact, as these parents came to this police station, the gates were immediately closed. As you see behind me, they're still closed too. And so the core message here is they say that there's no faith in the local police, and what they want is more visible policing, but also policing that they can trust. This is a community that has felt sidelined, and they also want more visits by provincial and national government to sort of intervene in gangsterism and illegal and drug trades that have been unfolding, where young children are being caught in this web as well. And so that is the issue here. This police station, for example, doesn't feature high in the crime statistics, yet issues of gangsterism is high here. And so that just reflects on the issues of trust the community has with the police that will not reflect in the data tomorrow, because those are supposed to be dockets opened. And so there's a major then miss, a gap in what we're seeing on the ground, Audrey. I'll give you another update at 6 o'clock.